Hey everybody, back with a new episode of Agent Carter. Last episode, we got Howard back. He helped out with Dr. Wilkes, making him visible and you can see him, but not necessarily corporeal as of yet. But we're working on it, and we learned a lot about Miss Frost stage name because she's actually like a well-renowned scientist who worked with this antimatter, but it seems like she's been pushed aside for her husband's aspirations, who is, I guess he's like the senator now. And I don't know, with Dottie's involvement in all of this and the secret society club thing, seems like we're doing like a new world order thing, but also like, is it Hydra? But Jack came back and he's still working with the FBI guy, and I think he's involved in everything as well. So we really need to get Jack to like finally stand up for what's right and stop, resting on his inevitable accolades that he gets for things that he doesn't necessarily deserve. And Peggy called him out on that. So hopefully we can find more out about this little club. And, Whitney took in another person who, is definitely like, I don't think she can just keep doing that. But she's certainly dangerous. But she also doesn't seem quite happy with her role in life. She was wanting to quit acting, and she seems very unhappy about her circumstance. But, we'll see if this antimatter starts like changing her, making her upset or unstable or something. I'm not sure. This next episode being called Smoke and Mirrors. I mean, there's a lot that's being obfuscated by what this club is up to. I mean, they got Chadwick elected because that's what they want. And I'm sure it's even more far-reaching than we can even imagine. So, yeah, let's get back into it.
Margaret Elizabeth Carter!
Little Peggy!
One of these days you're going to have to start behaving like a lady.
Nah. Where's the fun in that? Today's not the day.
I wish I could be of more use in helping you find a way to reverse your condition.
Well, spending time with you is the byproduct of my current state. I'd almost say it's worth it.
Still, it must be very frustrating.
Yeah, I can't kiss.
You have no idea.
Tobin, Miss Frost, a package has just arrived for you.
Labyrinth, you gonna eat them?
Ah, what a coincidence. It's got the same wound you inflicted on that attacker the other day.
Yes.
What's your feelings on committing a felony, Mr. Jarvis?
In this case, decidedly 4.
Yeah. After treason, what's a felony? Is this Miss Frost?
You're lucky you have a mama that takes care of you.
Hello, darling.
Oh,
Come on. Why don't you smile for your Uncle Bud?
Because I'm thinking.
What do you want to happen here? Ugh. You want that? I mean, you kind of already knew that's what you do. At least it's going backwards. You can only do your hair so much.
Open up! This is the police! Come out right now with your hands up!
Quit.
remember me, Mr. Hunt?
Got him.
Oh, for heaven's sake, that's enough to take down a rhinoceros.
Jarvis!
Easy as pie.
Oh, god damn!
Mr. Jarvis, you're right.
Is he on something?
Marvelous.
Jarvis. Not happy to see Daniel
Chief Sousa, what brings you here?
in the middle of
Johnson
your
call.
felony.
Improve your vacation days, but he's not very happy about
Thank you
it.
so much for coming to deliver the message. I know you're very busy.
What happened to him?
An overindulgence of drink.
Oh, fuck. Daniel, it's for a reason.
Caught a possum on this property earlier this morning.
Peg, you're supposed to be way better at this.
It's a felony.
A felony?
I
That's
can't even
harsh.
believe it. What were you thinking?
I was doing the best I could.
She
in
was
that
so
opportunity.
unaware. She definitely thought it was
We
a
are
misdemeanor.
team, a wonderful team.
We're not a team. If we were a team and you were thinking about pulling a stunt like this, you would have called me for backup.
I did have backup. Mr.
We
Jarvis
didn't
was
need
with
it.
me.
Oh, Bobby, it's the biggest horsey ever.
We'd started taking wages around the office that Fred would never pop the question.
I bet he would. Someone owes me 2
Who's
quid.
It
Fred?
might be me. I bet he wouldn't.
All right, ladies, enough chatting. Back to your codes.
What's SOE?
Special Operations Executive. It's a new war division spearheaded by Winston Churchill himself.
Why me?
Well, you're already an exceptional code breaker, Miss Carter. Someone must see a great deal of potential in you. It's quite an honor to be tapped.
Yes, I see. I don't believe I'm meant to be in the field.
This is a rare chance
believe she
for you
was
to
like this
strike
once
a
upon a time.
massive blow for king and country.
I'm afraid I'm simply not cut out for that kind of work.
Great cut.
I was in the war as well. There is an antidote, but if you refuse to talk, why should I give it to you?
You gave him a cold.
An intense cold. Didn't we take care of one another?
I want you out of here
There
by
goes all
tomorrow.
that security.
Go to hell, Bud Schultz! You could have been nicer to him.
Oh, this is not her fault.
didn't like him.
You're stuck here. Same as me.
I will still get out of here. Away from you.
Come here. This is the only thing that's gonna get you anywhere in this world.
Oh my.
One name, Hunt. Let's just start with one name. He's got 5 minutes left.
That's a generous estimation.
He's no use to us dead.
He's no use to us, alive and quiet.
Thomas Gloucester.
The Wall Street.
Folded.
You, Jones.
Roxxon, I've had the pleasure.
Give me the antidote now.
Not until we finish our conversation, then you'll be clear and free to do it.
Free. I'll never be free. They're in everything. And what they can't buy, they destroy.
My theory has been that my atoms have lost cohesion at a quantum level, but I think I've reached a dead end.
Oh, it's calling you back in. Oh no.
What is it?
Oh shit. It's getting shut
Chief
down.
Sousa? And who wants to know?
The man who signs your time cards. Vernon Masters, War Department.
What can I do for you?
The War Department has decided to audit this branch's cases, past and present.
This is outrageous.
Peggy,
Bought and
it's an
sold.
executive order. Comes straight from DC.
So, if you'll just crack open your files, we'll get to work, and I'm sure this will all be done in no time. Who is this source?
We're keeping his name confidential for his own safety.
Bring him here.
No.
I'd like to vet him personally.
Chief Sousa and I signed an affidavit vouching for his
Kill
credibility
him.
as a CI.
The Hollywood 10 thought they were independent thinkers, too.
A communist witch hunt has no relevance to the work of the SSR.
But it should be relevant to you. A spy who isn't even American.
Go on, Peggy, slug it back. You won't beat your older brother this time. I've been practicing.
Michael, not here.
Oh, Michael and Fred.
You can do that.
Not recently. Did I tell you I was recruited to be a spy?
We turned them down, of course.
We? Fred?
Can you imagine?
You don't speak for us.
Risking life and limb behind enemy lines doing God knows what, but that's not our peg.
This isn't what you want.
What is it that you think I want?
The same thing you've wanted since you were a little girl. A life of adventure.
I've grown up. Your next step is to stay here and save your hide.
Why? Because a tidal wave is coming and all my friends are going to be branded commies? Yeah, I got
Yeah.
that speech too. I'm in this with you till the end, Peggy.
To the end of the
It's
line.
only going to get more difficult, Daniel.
tissue sample from Jane Scott's autopsy.
Come
I
through.
convinced Dr. Samberly to misplace it. Told him I put in a good word for him with Rose.
You are brilliant.
If you're gonna shoot me, you might as well go ahead and do it right here, because I'm done marching.
Have it your way.
Oh shit. He pulled the trigger.
Well, that went well.
Yeah. I still don't know why I had to take a punch.
It's the least you could
I'll
contribute.
plan.
He's already throttled me twice.
Fair.
I ain't talking to you. Where's Chadwick?
Cal's at a fundraising dinner. He could be
Begging all night.
Can I help crying when I'm happy?
She looks like Queen Elizabeth. Oh no! Dead? Well, this is what pushes her to go and find that adventure.
Something is calling me. Pulling me away.
Pulling you away to
The antimatter, or the zero matter.
Really easy to just let go.
Calvin, is that you? Oh my God.
Say nothing.
Rufus, you've been missing in action all day.
It's your fault.
What the hell happened to you?
Looked like you've gone 10 rounds with a meat grinder.
She wanted names. And you gave them to her? We hired you because you said you couldn't be broken. And this is
He
what
did
you have to
break
show
pretty
for
easily.
it? No, I'm not taking the fall for this. You're gonna have to answer to the council yourself.
I have to show you something.
Whitney, I'm in the middle
Your
of something
face?
here. No, just get out of
I
here.
know, but this is important.
He'll be no good to you. Unless you absorb his strength, I guess.
What are you doing?
You're already pretty strong, though. Surprise.
Stop! Stop!
You know, I bet you're real pretty when you smile.
And you're discovered.
Ned Silver, talent agent to the stars.
You can be whatever you want.
Except the physicist.
What are you?
Whatever I want.
Unfortunately. I really like this episode. I thought the flashbacks were pretty informing, not only of Becky, but of Whitney. And they had similar situations, and unfortunately Whitney never had a brother who would be a good influence on her, telling her she should go with what she is best at, and she doesn't have to rely on her looks, that she should pursue her field of education. And, you know, it's not like Peggy was for sure gonna be pushed in the direction of, you know, finding her adventure. It took her brother dying. Like, if her brother hadn't died, I don't know if she would have done it. So, I mean, she had a good influence, but also a tragedy. But their paths definitely diverged. Although they've met back up, but they're at very different places. And I just really like seeing younger Peggy, and I would have never guessed that she had been engaged. It's fun to know more about her, and that she had a brother, that she lost a brother. That really just informs her character. You know, she had the situation where she wasn't being thought of as someone who could be more than what people expect of her. But she had her brother that was pulling for her and recommended her. And Whitney definitely was not looked at in a way that she could fully realize her potential. Her mother was pretty awful about her. And it was a very cyclical thing that she fell into. I'm sure her mother's mother was just as derisive. And she witnessed her mother have to rely on a man to, at the expense of her own happiness, for some sort of security and safety, which didn't even turn out well for her because he up and left her which is, you know, I don't know what's going to happen between Whitney and Chadwick, but he certainly has put himself above her up until this point. And he doesn't even see the value of, I mean, maybe he doesn't know how good she is, but he's afraid of her now. But she's kind of like drunk on power, I think. But it's an interesting thing to see the cyclical nature of what Whitney fell into, and to see Peggy break the mold, because I think her mom was very happy for her to be married, and that was kind of it. Her mom definitely wasn't pushing her to go and take that opportunity like her brother was. So, you know, nurture does play quite a role in your circumstance of life. And it's unfortunate to see how it turned out for Whitney. She's now a villain, a super villain. And then you got Peggy, who is a superhero, and can tell that they were being hamstrung. I think it's pretty reasonable to suspect the guy, is he FBI? I thought that's what he told Jack. But he was like speaking for the Department of War or whatever. And they circumvented him, committed a felony or two, and is not going to give up what they want from her. She had Daniel willing to go along with her, and of course Jarvis, and they got a lot of information now using Mr. Hunt. And, you know, they didn't see what happened, but I'm sure they can imagine. And she's trying to figure out, like, what else she can do. And she had the rats. And, I mean, she just takes them in. And, I mean, it keeps getting larger. Like, to what end? Like, how bad is this going to be? And it's so, like, insatiable, it seems, maybe. Even that it is calling to Dr. Wilkes. Because he's feeling that draw back to it. But Peggy's telling him to fight and stick around, and I think that may be enough for him to hold off on it. But yeah, it wants any and everything, all the energy, wants it all. And that is now become what Whitney is going to want, I believe. It is represented through her, that she was told she couldn't have what she wanted. Now she's just going to take whatever. So that's not a good combination. On top of, at least now we know about this Council of Nine. I mean, we knew about it, but Peggy and Daniel, they're starting to get more information about it and just how they have their hands in just about everything. So really the only people they can trust in is each other. But, you know, they're a good little duo or trio, bringing in Jarvis like that, and they're doing well for themselves, even though, you know, it's kind of similar to what Peggy had to do last season, where she's kind of just on her own doing her own thing. But at least Daniel is with her this time, and she'll always have Jarvis. So I like how it feels familiar in that way. But this is a good season. I'm really liking it. I like the change of scenery that we've had, and it's at least nice that people are recognizing how capable Peggy is. I mean, Jack told that guy how much of a free thinker she is, and at least she's not underestimated, which was a frustration for her last season. But that comes with it. You can't really do the whole surprise of it all. They're not worried about you last season, but they are worried about you now. So that puts you in a little bit of their line of sight. So you kind of have to maneuver in different ways, but they'll figure it out. And I don't know how they're going to stop all this goings on, because it seems all over the place and spread far and wide on top of what Whitney is becoming. So it's a lot. But I like this episode a lot. I really appreciated the flashbacks and how it really put Whitney and Peggy up against each other and saw all of their similarities and then their differences. So I thought that was really well done. And yeah, it was a good episode. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back soon.